Scott, can you tell me about Kisi access control?
Yeah.
What is it?
It in its simplest form, it is an access control solution. So for anybody that doesn't know, that is what allows members of staff or public into the building. Everybody has used a form of access control at some point with may of not even realizing it. Simplest form, key and lock. That is an access control solution. We provide access control solutions that are a lot more smart. Hence Kisi. Kisi Access Control is what is the company that we partner with for our access control solution. So in short, it is a cloud-based access control solution, which allows access into spaces in a seamless form.
So when I go home tonight, I've got a key fob that I will click on the outside of my building, and then again when I want to get into my apartment. Is it like that, but without the key fob?
Correct. Yes. I mean, to be honest, they do have key fobs, but key fobs are a dying product. Why have a key fob nowadays when everybody carries a mobile phone with them? Mobile phone is the easiest way to allow you to access your space. So you could lose your fob. I could pick up your fob and I can have full access into your apartment block, your house, wherever, or your office.
Yeah.
With your mobile phone, it's not going to allow me to do that. You carry your phone on you every single day, and it's one less thing that you need to worry about remembering when you leave. I don't need to remember my keys because you no longer need a key. You use your mobile phone to access your space.
And presumably it's very beneficial for companies that have guests that are coming in, because you can do that on the day, and then they're not allowed in the next day if you so decide.
Absolutely. Multiple different ways to assist with your user or your guest experience, right? You can pre-register your guests. So us coming here today, we could pre-register us so that there is no queue or tailback of people. You can imagine a media company having 300 guests into their space for a marketing showcase, right? You know, if every single one of those 300 people got to their office at the same time and needed to register who they were, the tailback of people it's going to take hours to get through that. If you pre-register those people on the day of access, they are sent a little QR code. All they do is they walk up to the door, scan their QR code, they've got temporary access into the space.
Does this mean that eventually they can do without a reception?
In a sense, yes, absolutely. We work very closely with a lot of gyms that are 24/7 gyms.
Okay.
So they are manned during the day, and out of hours, they are not manned anymore. So we can couple a CCTV solution into your access control as well, because people can then pass their fobs around. You know, the fob is registered to me, but if you couple your access control with your CCTV, I can give my fob to you. You can go to the gym, but it will say, "Hang on a minute, that's Scott's fob, but not Scott's face. Why is he in the gym?"
So there's a build-on system on not just the EZ system, but also CCTV or other things that you can add on that will benefit the company.
Access control is just one of many different features that you need in order to secure your space. So if you pair your access control, your CCTV, and your alarm system all together, those are, for me, are the three key products that make your space secure. So by integrating them all together, it makes a very nice rounded solution. So for me, when I have a chat with a customer, it's that the first thing is understanding how is it that iwGROUP can help them secure their space. What is it that they're looking to achieve? Are they looking to just restrict access into the space, or are they looking for a visitor management system? Are they looking to secure their space out of hours? It is a very long journey to actually try and understand what they're looking for. But once you identify that, it's a very easy solution to implement.
It sounds such an amazing product that I can't believe it isn't everywhere already. Is it?
It is. You never see it, because that's the idea, right? Is if you never see it, then you know the technology is working well. When you hear about it and you know that it's there, that's when there's issues. But if it's a seamless service that you don't know you've even used, that is the key feature of it.
And what kind of clients and customers have you provided this service for so far?
Any and every. You can imagine we've done from single door gyms to multi-story buildings, co-working spaces, private equity firms, travel agencies, and any and every customer can benefit from an access control solution.
Presumably something like private equity. There's a lot of valuable information that must be inside the building. So how do you make sure that it's safe?
Well, by coupling access control with the rest of the solutions. So it's just one of the key features that you need to ensure that your space is safe. But a standard access control solution is the first point of call that you should look at.
What does that mean?
Means that you're securing your doors. It's stopping people gaining access into your space. But secondary to that, you need to understand what they're actually doing in your space. Are they just going into the reception? Are they going into the comms room? Where do they actually go? So you can create group policies within your access control to say that me as an admin, I can have access to everywhere. You as just a member of the staff, you only have access to the reception door. So you can then start restricting people into what area of the building that they're allowed access into.
And that's already up and running and working well.
Every day. You just don't even see that it's there.
Presumably, it's not just about letting people in or out. It's about making sure certain things are safe to be operated as well.
Correct.
It's not just, you're in and out. It's about monitoring the system of how you do it and keeping an eye on everybody.
Absolutely. These systems are all cloud-based. So you can monitor what's happening in your space remotely from anywhere around the world, right? It's also a great way of knowing how your space is being used at what points as well. So is the space used most between 8 in the morning to 9 in the morning, or at lunchtimes? When is the reception door the busiest door? So you can get timestamps on every single time that you've entered the building and left the building as well. So from a security perspective, it's huge. Integrating this into your health and safety policies as well. So you can imagine if you have a fire alarm go off in your building, you can then use your access control to say that every person is checked out of the building, so there is nobody left in the space.
Wow. What's other real-time examples of what the system can provide?
Staff management, guest management as well. So visitor management into the space, space utilization. So coming here today, we have an access control system on this door. We know who's in at one point and who's left at what point as well.
And explain the name Kisi, what it means as well.
It's an interesting one because when people look at it, they often refer to it as Kisi.
Yeah.
So we, myself, Chris Burfield and Matt Wingham, we went out to New York to meet with the owners of Kisi, who actually, they told us exactly how to pronounce it. It's keys made easy, hence the name Kisi.
Yeah.
So we've been out a few times. We've met with their entire sales team. We've seen their offices. We've met with the owners. We frequently message on the side on WhatsApp. We were talking about football the other day.
Right.
So we've got an incredible relationship with Kisi.
So iwGROUP and Kisi are a collaboration.
We absolutely are. We work very closely with them and the sales teams. We got frequent bi-weekly catch-ups, and but there is not a day that goes by that we're not talking with a member of their team.
And what was attractive about pairing it with them and vice versa? Why did they want to do their business with iwGROUP?
They've seen us as a business, and we don't necessarily just offer an access control solution. There's many businesses out there that can offer an access control solution, but they're a creative young company like what we are, and they see the benefit in partnering with a company like us that can help a client not just with their access solution, but with their CCTV, with their alarm systems, with their network, with their internet connectivity. So as a rounded solution, it makes sense to partner with a company like iwGROUP that can help a client with multiple different factions of their business.
And it's not all or nothing. You can start off on layers and build it up.
Quite often that's how it happens. It starts with an access control solution, and then before you know it, we're looking after their entire network. Their firewalls, their networks, their Wi-Fi, their internet connectivity. So it's just one foot in the door. And like I was saying earlier, it's trying to identify what they're trying to achieve, and very often it paints a much bigger picture.
Talking to different people from the iwGROUP, it seems to be one of the core characteristics of members of the staff is that you have to be a bit of a fortune teller for the companies.
Yeah, I mean, you need to know enough about the technologies to be able to tell a story about it. You don't need to know all the details about it, but this is why we have experts in the company that can help us with that. So,
but presumably all you guys at iwGROUP have a business brain attached to the technology that you can provide, because you've got to work out how to apply it to a business that needs to make money.
Absolutely, yeah. And not only that, helping the customer understand how they can use that to make money themselves.
What have your customers said about the system once it's is there any singing endorsements that you can quote? Or
for me, having customers not actually come back to you and ask anything about it is the key thing, because that's when you know that you've got it right.
Right.
So when people keep coming back to you and say, oh, there's something wrong here, or that's not quite working, that's when you know that there's an issue. But with these technologies is when people are saying that, or not saying anything to you, that's when you know that it's working to its full potential.
If you approach a new or a new customer approaches you and discuss a pretty standard installation of the first level of that, what's the kind of turnaround on that?
We could do, I mean, we keep stock in hand. So at an absolute worst case scenario, provided that all the features are there that we need, we could do an installation tomorrow for you.
Can you also impart information to, say I was coming here today and we were working the Kisi system, could you also put on the barcode that's sent to me, or however you put it across, of where to go and what's, there's extra information. Once you're in, you need to go to floor 3 and talk to such and such.
There are technologies that we pair with that can allow you to do that, which is more of a wayfinding solution.
Yeah.
So absolutely, we can tell you exactly, on your email, this is exactly where you need to go. This is what you need to do on your when you arrive at reception. But with other technologies, we partner with that can actually do a wayfinding, so it will point you exactly where to go through the building, to what doors that you have access to, and which ones that you don't have access to.